And welcome to Bison Information Network News. I'm James Porter.
And I'm Heather Vikre.
The 17-year-old who died last month in the NDSU dorm's autopsy has been formally released. The official report from Cass County Coroner's Office states that Devin Delaney died from a heart malfunction brought on by a viral infection.
Prior to this announcement, Delaney's father had released similar information in hopes of easing tensions on campus and to reassure the friends of his son that they were not at fault in his death. This report brings a sense of relief to the father, who said he was comforted in knowing that his son died peacefully in his sleep.
And breaking news out of the University of North Dakota, current athletic director Brian Bison announced that he will retire December 31st. Bison will continue to receive payment until January of 2019 as part of his retirement agreement.
Bison was with UND for the past 9 years and will stay on as a special advisor to UND athletics until July of next year. There is still yet to be a candidate for his replacement. Paying for your favorite streaming service may cost a little more this year. Netflix announced that they will be raising their prices for some of their services. Bison Information Network reporter James Porter has more on this story.
Over the years, Netflix has been cautious about their price increases, but at the start of the month, they announced that they would be raising the price of some of their services. Netflix has opted to raise the price of their standard service by $1 and their premium service by $2. This change will affect everyone, from adults watching cartoons with their children to college students relaxing on the weekends.
I think this will affect quite a few college students because we all use Netflix to help us decompress from our long days. Price-wise, it's not a whole lot, but it'll increase Netflix's revenue by quite a bit just because they have so many customers.
Netflix has said that the price increase is to offset the cost of filming some of their original shows and movies. It is estimated that less than 10% of Netflix users will cancel, but gaining new users will be tougher for the streaming giant.
But if they're providing similar products, then Netflix might be losing a lot of customers to them for either maintaining their prices or lowering their prices.
Despite having a higher price than both Hulu and Amazon, many Netflix users say they will not be switching services anytime soon.
No, I'll definitely stay with Netflix just because I like them and I'm familiar with them. Yeah, I like Netflix. I'll keep it.
For those of you looking to get Netflix in the near future, I'm afraid your time is already up. Netflix has raised the price of their services for new customers. However, if you are a customer currently, they will be notifying you of your billing statement and options after October 19th. Then you will have 30 days to decide whether or not you want to keep Netflix. Reporting for Bison Information Network News, I'm James Porter. The software engineering program has been ranked as a number 4 in the nation by AffordableColleges.com. Associate Professor Gursimar Walia believes this ranking will bring in more students to their program. Having already seen an increase of online students, the availability of online courses will be a major influence on this national ranking.
A lot of my students, even those who work on master's research program or PhDs also, they work in different software industries. And a lot of the employers in software industries, they allow you to pursue your courses at a more relaxed pace where you don't have to satisfy 9 credits or 12 credits a semester. So they can take courses.
A drone hit a commercial airplane in Quebec, Canada, and is causing an uproar in the country's transportation department. The plane was approaching Quebec City's Jean-Lesage International Airport when the drone crashed into one of its wings. The aircraft only received minor damage from the impact and was able to land safely with its 8 passengers unharmed. The Canadian Transport Minister, Mark Garneau, was relieved that no significant damage resulted from this incident, but warns that if a drone were to have hit the engine, that the results would be disastrous.
A movement to unite victims of sexual assault has gone global. Stories from victims of sexual assault have been posted on Twitter, Facebook, and even Instagram using the hashtag #MeToo. However, this movement started over 10 years ago when Tarania Burke wanted to help sexual assault victims in underprivileged communities. The hashtag is meant to destigmatize speaking out and help people to understand the prevalence of sexual assault in society. The hashtag blew up after a tweet from actress Alyssa Milano asked victims of sexual harassment and assault to come forward using the hashtag #MeToo. 1.4 million tweets and counting included the hashtag, and there have been more than 113 million posts, comments, and reactions on Facebook.
TLMC workshops to help you prepare for life after graduation, and a look at the biggest explosion ever caught on camera.
All that and more after this week's 7-day forecast. NDSU's Technology, Learning, and Media Center will be hosting various technology workshops this month. For nearly 20 years, the Media Center has been allowing students to learn, but now in a more hands-on environment. The workshops vary from assisting grad students in writing a thesis statement to Photoshop lessons for beginners. Media Center staff say these workshops prepare students for life after graduation.
So we just show them and then actually teach them rather than just doing it and solving a problem ourselves, because we think it's a way of we help them to know how to fish, rather than just giving them the fish,
These workshops are at no cost to students but do require registration.
The biggest explosion ever caught on camera may be where you least expect it. The giant explosion was caused by two neutron stars colliding about 130 million light years away. Neutron stars are very small but very dense stars that are thought to be remnants of bigger stars that exploded into supernovas. This explosion created new elements where two stars were colliding and gravity was intense enough to fuse elements. The explosion was said to have created enough gold to weigh as much as 200 Earths put together. The explosion is still visible in the sky if you have a powerful enough telescope to see it.
Have you noticed a lot of tours going around campus today? That's because North Dakota and Minnesota have 2 days off of school to allow for high school teachers to attend conferences to better their teaching skills. With these 2 days off, many colleges capitalize on the opportunity and give a lot of tours. NDSU is no exception, hosting Discover NDSU events Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. These events allow students to tour the campus, see the inside of dorms, and get some exclusive looks into the programs they may be majoring in.
An event that promises to leave you in stitches and tells a story of a revolution and greed is coming to the Escance Theater. Urinetown the Musical is a satirical play that delves into some heavy-hitting topics such as the legal system, capitalism, and bureaucracy. You can catch this play tonight as well as Friday and Saturday this week at 7:30, as well as shows next week, Wednesday through Friday at 7:30 as well.
People from all over the country headed to Fargo this past weekend to attend the annual mini marathon. Starting at 7 a.m. on Friday, folks gathered at the downtown Civic Center. There were over 350 finishers, some even came from Canada and Illinois. The events included a 5K, 10K, and a half marathon. Top finishers were Mark Landman and April Lund.
For Fargo, it means a lot of visitors. We've had people from a lot of different states, Illinois, or we've had people from Canadian people come. We've had a lot of different people just coming and visiting our community.
The planned dates for next year's marathon is set to be somewhere for the end of May.
Kevin Hart is returning to Fargo.
Stay tuned after the break for that and today's Hollywood and Health Minute.
A year after achieving their highest national rank ever, the Bison Rugby Club are undefeated heading into their final game and have their eyes on the ultimate prize, a national championship. Originating in 1977, the Bison Rugby Club has had a storied history that includes making the jump from Division III rugby to Division II. However, their recent success might be the best part of that history. Last year, they finished in the top 8 in the national rankings, and they have even higher goals for this season. They are looking to stay undefeated, win their conference championship, and play for a national championship. For more information on the club, you can email Alexander Karp at alex.t.karp@ndsu.edu.
Our goal is to actually make it into the championship for the national tournament this year, since last year we ended up in the top 8.
When we come back, sports reporter Eric Bunnell joins us.
What do you have for us today, Eric?
Well, we're going to be talking about that big top 10 matchup last weekend at Youngstown, and then this weekend there's another big top 10 matchup with Western Illinois, and we'll be right back. The North Dakota State Bison football team took to the road for a big top 10 FCS matchup and a key Missouri Valley Conference battle this past Saturday. Did you see a beautiful shot of Sandball Stadium? We'll pick it up right away in the first quarter as Nathan Mays hits a 27-yard touchdown pass to Damone Patterson. The Penguins were up 10-0 early on, but however, Easton Stick and Arze Urzendowski, that Omaha connection, strikes with a 10. The Bison were down 10-7 here. Pick it up in the third quarter. Nathan Mays completes a 29-yard pass to Kevin Rader, and the Penguins were up 17-10, but however, NDSU would answer right back as Easton Stick finds Nate Jensen for 22 yards right down the middle. The game was tied at 17. In the fourth quarter, Easton Stick, here you go, QB draw right up the middle. Nobody's going to touch him. Runs into the ref, and he's at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. Looks like Youngstown's going to catch him, but such good blocking downfield. Stick goes 80 yards for a touchdown. The Bison were up 24-17 late in the fourth quarter, though. You see Mays under center as he hands it off to McCaster. That was his first touchdown of the game. Game will be tied at 24 in overtime. Zach Kennedy misses a game win. Could have been a game-winning field goal. Tied. Now the Bison have a chance to win on their next possession with a touchdown or a field goal. As you see Cam Peterson trotting on for a 36-yard attempt, and it's up. And it is good. That is Peterson's second game winner in 2 years. Last year he defeated Iowa. Bison will go on to win 27-24. Easton Stick with 11 carries on 172 yards. He was also 11-20 for 113 yards and 2 touchdowns. 3 games in a Valley play at North Dakota State and South Dakota are tied for the top spot. There are 3 teams tied for third, each with a record of 2-1. Western Illinois, Northern Iowa, and Illinois State are all tied for third. South Dakota State, Southern Illinois, and Youngstown State are tied for 6th in the conference with a record of 1-2. Rounding out the standings are Missouri State and Indiana State, each with no conference wins. After being on the road for the last 2 weeks, Bison finally returned home this Saturday. This will be the second straight top 10 FCS matchup, this time hosting number 10, Western Illinois. The Leathernecks coming into this matchup averaging 272.5 yards through the air and 41.5 points. The Herd, however, is leading the FCS in scoring defense by only giving up 9.2 points per game and only 109.2 yards per game through the air. The Leathernecks will present another physical challenge when they come to Fargo this Saturday afternoon. Winners of 3 straight matches, the North Dakota State volleyball team look to make it 4. They took on South Dakota State this past Tuesday. You see Brandon Rasmussen got the tip kill, and there go Michaela Purnell. She would get the service ace. The Bison would win the first set 25-18. The AC coach, Jen Lopez, talking to her coaches. Erica Gelzanite gets the kill, and the Bison would go up 3 early on, and then Jessica Jorgensen gets the nice block. The Bison would go on to win the second set 25-18. Erica Gelzanite gets another kill in the critical third set. The Bison would go up 3. Here's some chickens running around having a little fun in intermission. Then at the end of the match, Alexis Bachmeyer gets the kill, and the Bison would go on to win 25-15 in the third set. They would win 25-18, 25-18, and like I said, 25-15. NDSU plays host to South Dakota to wrap up the 4-game homestand this Sunday. Mackenzie Burke with 9 kills, and Michaela Purnell led the way with 16 digs. Winners of 4 out of their last 5 conference matches, the North Dakota State soccer team looks to make it 5 of their last 6 this coming Sunday. The North Dakota State soccer team looks to move 1 step closer to clinching its 3rd straight Summer League Conference title. They will play 0-3 Fort Wayne this Saturday at Dakota Field beginning at noon. This is also the last Bison home game of the year before they head to Brookings to take on South Dakota State in 2 weeks. You guys going to that big Bison game this weekend?
Yes, I am. I'm excited to see what the Bison have planned for us.
James?
I know I didn't get my ticket, but I will for sure be watching it on the TV.
All right, coming up, the 4th annual Boo at NDSU. We'll have more of that when we come back.
The age range of people on the NDSU campus will be a little lower next Thursday. NDSU will be hosting the 4th annual Boo at NDSU event. Several residence halls across campus will be open for trick-or-treating. For kids not wanting to trick-or-treat, there will be a carnival in the Matthew Living Learning Center. Costumes are encouraged, and children must be accompanied by adults at all times. This event runs from 5 to 7 and is free and open to the public.
Thank you for watching this edition of the Bison Information Network News.
Be sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter and our website, ndsubison.com. Ben.
Have a great night, everyone.